This lesson, we are now going to post from the journals to the general ledger. Now, your journals have headings here like bank, sales, cost of sales, debtors control, and anything that you have on the Sundry card. All of these must be posted to these relevant uh, journals, meaning we must have an account called bank account. I've indicated bank account. We see debtors control. There's an account for debtors control. There's account for sales just at the bottom. So when we post from this side, we post into the general ledger account. Now remember we said if it's an asset, it will increase on the debit side and decrease on the credit side. If it's an asset, this one is a liability, it's going to decrease on the debit side and increase on the credit side. So meaning anything from the bank in the cash receipts journal will increase our bank. Anything from the bank in the cash payments journal will decrease our bank. So when we do our posting, let's start, for example, we only take the totals. So in this instance, your bank will be debited. Everything else should be credited because of the principle of double entry. Was bank increased, everything else here should have increased also, which means it will be on the opposite side, which is the credit side. And the cash payments journal, you would see your bank will be credited because it's decreasing. Everything else should be debited. If your bank is credited, which means it's negative, some money is going out of your business, and everything else here would increase because you are buying or paying for whatever service that you acquired. Okay, let us start with a bank account. So your bank, the first thing is check if you do not have a balance from the previous month. If you have a balance from the previous month, sometimes it can be favorable or it can be unfavorable. Just assuming it's favorable, so we just say balance and then folio brought down, BD brought down, and whatever amount they give you, I'm just going to indicate with an X. That's the balance from the previous month. General ledger, it's a monthly, which means at the end of the month, we do a general ledger, we close it off, and then we start the new month with opening balance from the previous month. Okay, so if we take bank from the CRJ, if we take this total from the CRJ, we're going to say total receipts. Total receipts. Folio means we're getting it from the CRJ. And how much are we getting from the CRJ? We are getting 151,869. That's that amount. Then we're done posting that amount. Let us post sales. You look for a heading that says sales. Uh, you look for a heading that says sales. I've indicated sales here. Now remember we said bank is debited. Everything else on this side should be credited. So sales will be recorded this side. Sales will increase on the debit side because of bank. Folio CRJ, because we got it from the CRJ. How much are we receiving? 54,869. And that's how we would record the sales from this journal. Let us record then the debtors control. Debtors control also should be on the credit side. Details will be bank, CRJ, and the amount received from debtors 11,500. So we've done all that. I did not indicate an account for capital, but it's also the same. You would have capital, and just on the credit side, you'll have bank and the amount. It's exactly the same how you would record that. Okay, let us then come to the CPJ, just to do one quickly. In our CPJ, if we go to our bank account, we see bank will go on the credit side. Remember here we said bank is credited, everything else is debited. So it would be total payments folio CPJ. The amount in the CPJ 74797. And we're done. Now, inventory, I did not indicate an account for inventory, but it will also be inventory. The heading will be inventory on the side. It's going to say bank, CPJ, and the amount. Just remember, it should say inventory, the ledger account. I've given an example here of creditors. So creditors should be on the debit side. Details will be bank. Folio will be CPJ. And then the amount paid to creditors 18,050. The same with wages. You'll have wages on the credit side, debit side, you'll have bank, and so forth. And that's how you record these transactions in your general ledger. In the next clip, I'm going to show you how to balance out a general ledger account.